The creature I'm pursuing is a voracious predator.
Very good. So there's the hook.
That not only attacks the small fish these fishermen are after, but will also take a chunk out of a crocodile. It's the Goliath Tigerfish. Not just one of the top predators here, but among the most ferocious freshwater predators in all the world's rivers. Goliath tigerfish are said to grow 6 feet long and weigh in excess of 100 pounds. They have jaws packed with razor-sharp interlocking teeth. And with their streamlined body and huge tail, they are capable of incredible bursts of speed when striking prey. Their ferocity when hunting is legendary. After weeks of no results, it's difficult to keep my focus. But I have to, because just one lapse in concentration and I could miss the chance when it comes. This fish, I mean, it's basically a scaled up piranha, and once it gets to a case of being close quarters, you know, I'm going to have to be very careful indeed. I'm going to have to really watch my step and just take extreme care. I mean, that is where this fishing just has a totally other dimension. Part of me hoping that float's going to disappear and the line's going to go screaming out, but part of me thinking, well, might jump. Watch that line on the rocks. It's a smaller one. Hey! That's what they do. That's what they do. That's 3 takes, no fish. 3 takes, no fish. Bloody, that's so close, so close, so close, so close. This was a really lively bait. Aye. That's another fish. Ah. I'm thinking now with hindsight, you know, if I'd had more ironmonger in there, that might have, you know, just days and days go by, nothing happens, nothing happens, nothing happens, and then one is there, literally, it just comes out of nowhere, and it's just gone in a matter of seconds. Damn! If I put this fish on, just rigged up, normally I could have had it, I could have bloody had it. If I'd had, I think I need to get another bait out there. I need to get another bait out pretty soon. I don't know if we got any good baits. That was the good bait. Ah. Oh. It is an odd thing about this fish. You know, it definitely does exist, but you can almost reach a situation, both myself and I'd imagine the local people, where you sort of forget about it. You think it doesn't exist because you don't see it, you hear about it, you don't see it, you don't see it, you don't see it, and then suddenly, you know, it's right in front of you and it's tearing into flesh. If I had one fish at least under my belt now, you know, I could accept this a bit sort of philosophically, but I've just been here now for so many days. I've had 3 chances. I've just caught nothing the whole time that I've been here. And it really does feel like a test of character and I just feel that I'm failing at the moment. It just looks more and more like I'm just going to go home empty-handed, having come all this way. And that is just so demoralising. It's like the fish is taunting me almost, you know, the fish is, you know, just enough of a sign of the fish to get the hopes up, and then just dashed. The people of this village have spoken to the spirits on our behalf, and they say that this is the place to come. I've been here for 3 weeks now, and I've had 3 hits, but still nothing tangible to show for all my efforts. Fish on! Fred, the net! Okay, I've got to just keep pressure from above because there's rocks, and I've got to... It's gonna jump, it's gonna jump. That's the float, gonna see the fish very soon. Gonna see the fish very soon. There it is, that's a good fish. Look at that. The net, the net, the net. Careful, Fred, careful, careful, careful. Right, we want to be very careful now. Ready for the net. We want to get the head in. La tête, la tête. Oh, segurez le poisson. Bon. Agora. Okay. What we've got to worry about now is it biting its way out. Okay. We got the fish, we got the fish. Now I want to do something that fishermen never do when they catch one of these monsters. Have a look at it, then release it alive, back into the river. The mouth is going, the fish is breathing, that's good. And the gills are going, that's good. This water is nicely aerated, that's a good thing as well. Now, those teeth! That will just take lumps out of other fish, it will take lumps out of crocodiles even, and there are stories well documented of that taking lumps out of people. Wow, there we go. Oof. What a freshwater monster this thing is. What I'm looking at here is the ultimate piranha. Those teeth, just like a piranha's, triangular, sharp blades down the side, and they interlock. They interlock almost like scissors. They will just cut a lump out. 2 big differences though. One is piranhas hunt in packs. You know, this is a solitary hunter, and the other thing is the size. People who think that piranhas are scary, if they saw one of these things, I think their nightmares might be populated by a slightly different animal. One sort of diabolical anatomical detail on this fish is that it hasn't just got one hinge on its jaw, it's got a double hinge. It's got one hinge here, it's got another hinge there, which enables it to open that jaw much, much wider. So it can almost open like that and just come straight in and take a really huge bite out of its prey. It's just a murderous animal, this thing. This fish may look inactive now, but once it's revived a bit, there's a danger it could slice me at any moment. I actually don't want to let it go too soon, even though there's a risk to me if I stay in the water, you know, too long beside it. But what I don't want is for this fish to swim into the powerful water and then just not be able to hold itself upright. It will just roll belly up and probably get sort of battered on some of these rocks here. So I want it to be completely recovered before it goes. You know, I want it to be able to swim off keeping itself vertical, unaided.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes.
No.
Muito grande. We're having a little bit of a discussion here because Fred thought that we were going to take it back to the village for everyone to eat. And I must admit, that is quite a nice idea. He tells me this fish has been given to us by God.
Mm-hmm.
He said even for the féticheur who gave me the charm, who told me I'd have success in the fishing, send him a piece of the meat. It's not just our village; it's the people over the river who've been helping. It would make everybody happy. But it wouldn't, it wouldn't make me. Well, it would in one way, but it would make me more happy to put this back. It's going to upset him as well if he sees this swim away. I'm trying to explain the important thing for me is to see it and not to kill it. I think it's very, it's very important that animals that we find frightening in appearance, that we try and understand them. We don't just hack them to pieces and kill them and then look at the dead body. I mean, I want to look at this thing alive and then see it swim off. If the fish dies because it has really, exhausted itself fighting against me and in that very wild rocky water, if the fish dies, fine, we'll take it back for everyone to eat. If it doesn't, if it recovers, if it can support itself, I'm going to let it go. So we now just wait and see. Looking now at some of the marks on its head, I think it must have bashed itself on the rocks while fighting with me. It's possible that it might die, but all I want to do is give it the best chance possible. To me, the mbenga ranks as one of the most difficult fish I have ever caught. But I don't think it deserves its reputation as an indiscriminate killer. Each attack involves splashes or bright, shiny objects in the water, which, to a Goliath tigerfish, resembles its normal food, other fish, and it responds in the only way that it knows. After an hour, the decision is taken from me as I feel the life slipping away from this monster. It's not going to make it. So, the good thing is, although the fish has died, it won't be going to waste. To the people of the Congo, the mbenga is much more than just a fish. It is a spirit that pervades their folklore. Yet many people here, I now realise, have never seen this monster in the flesh. I begin to suspect that for Fred, returning this fish would have meant much more than just losing a meal. Bringing this fish out of the shadows into the light of day has been a monumental task. It's easy to tell myself now that my success was down to my persistence. But I still wonder how much was down to factors outside my control or understanding.
Non, les petits. Oh. Ah. Okay. Oh. Security. It's never good when a fish dies, but when it gets that kind of reaction, when you bring it in, that's a big meal for lots of people. That's about 200 and odd people in this village. I think they're all going to have a piece of that. A lot of these people actually as well, they won't have seen a fish like that, or certainly not a good sized one. They've heard about it. It is a legend, but they don't see them very often. So, if a fish has to die, or if a fish does die, at least, a reaction like that is some sort of compensation. It's not the ending that I wanted, but it is fitting in a way.
First, though, I'm stopping off to meet a man named Francois Jacobs. He's one of the very few scientists who are trying to study tigerfish.
The tigerfish is one of the, well, they're one of the most predaceous fish species on Earth. When they lock onto something, it seems that they just fully go out for them. If they see something in distress, even if it's bigger than them, they'll try and at least go for it and take chunks out of fish that we've seen, larger fish that we've caught.
So more than one animal, probably?
It's more than one animal, definitely, and they're all attacking together.
And what senses are they using?
Their visual attacking is what makes them so deadly.
From what you're saying about the way tigerfish operate, there's almost like a sort of a fighter pilot analogy. They pick something up going on in the distance, and once they actually lock onto it, they're sort of fully committed.
Yeah, definitely. As soon as one tigerfish goes, they do seem to attack in a pack.
Why is it that there's so little known about tigerfish and their behaviour?
It's mostly because they're in crocodile-infested waters, crocs and hippos everywhere, because of the dangers of working in these environments.
What I want to do is actually get under the water and look at tigerfish. Would you have any general advice?
You're getting in the water with crocodiles. They're known to hunt humans, so if you're asking me if I want to swim with crocodiles and hippo, the answer is no. Good luck.
Francois has confirmed that tigerfish, like piranhas, will attack animals much bigger than themselves. And he's reminded me, as if I needed it, that to put this to the test, I'll also have to deal with crocodiles. My immediate objective, though, is to find the tigerfish.
What I'm doing is fishing a very flashy lure that will catch the sunlight, also cause vibrations, and the kind of places I've been looking out for are where you've got a bend, and what the bend will do, it will sort of create a sandbar followed by a drop-off, and it's exactly the kind of place where predators like to lurk and wait for smaller fish to pass in the current.
By late afternoon, I'm still empty-handed.
Little eddy over there, let's just try that.
If there are tigerfish here, then they're very wary.
No, I thought something was on there.
My mind is starting to play tricks on me. It's sometimes hard to tell if I'm getting a knock on the lure or just snagging another weed. When it comes, though, the strike is unmistakable.
Yeah. Look at this run, look at this run. A savage hit on the lure, savage hit. Right, we have a fish. I didn't see it it just jumped out of the water just then. Didn't see it too clearly. I think it's a tigerfish. Right, I've got a landing net there.
This toothy fighter is a young adult.
Right. So there we go, it's a tigerfish. Why are they called tigerfish? Well, it could be because of the stripes. It could be because of the teeth, and those teeth are, oops, absolute signature of this species. So from the gills back, it's this very pretty streamlined fish, and then the head is almost like something out of your worst nightmares. So I think we can categorically say now that we're in tiger country. That's a fish.
This one is much bigger than my first catch. One very significant thing about this fish is the hinging in the mouth. You've actually got a double hinge there. You've actually got one hinge here, and then you've got a second hinge up here. What this means is that it can open its jaws a lot wider than other fish. As a result, its bared teeth point forwards when it strikes, enabling it to cut large chunks out of animals much bigger than itself. Right, so I think it's time to get this one back in the water. I fish on till dusk, trying to work out if I really am in the midst of a tigerfish pack. What happened just now was very interesting. There was a knock on the lure, another one. Now, it could have been this same fish chasing it. There could have been a group of them down there. From where I am on the boat, there's actually no way of telling. Tigerfish clearly have the hardware to do some serious damage. But what if I was to jump in? Would they actually attack me? One recent story from Zimbabwe makes me wonder. In search of work, 2 young men decide to enter South Africa illegally. To avoid a border post, they must swim across a river. But within minutes, they're attacked by something in the water. By all accounts, the wounds on the men's hands and feet were unmistakably the work of tigerfish.
With my suspect list narrowing, I head out again into the main channel, keeping my eye out for flocks of birds. I decide to target a different part of the water column as I systematically zero in on the mystery fish locals call the ngwesh.
Right, this is quite a weighted, heavy lure, heavy head to it there. The idea of this is it goes down to the bottom, which tends to be where the larger fish might be lying. It's got a very enticing sort of wiggly action, and it's just the kind of thing that's going to entice a predatory strike. Let it hit the water, let it sink down, maybe 8 to 10 feet, and then just twitch it. Oh, that was something. Twitch. And it's got these trailing sort of tendrils, and it's got this rubbery body and a little rattle as well. And I think if you're a predator, you see a movement, you bite first and you ask questions later. Let it sink. Twitch. Oh, I thought I felt something there. And twitch. And again. Oh. Twitch. Yeah. Hey! Wow. I think I've just seen what the ngwesh is. Oh, look at that. It goes about 4 feet out of the water. The line sounding like it's in pain, slicing the water. Long and silvery horizontal stripes. Is this the pack-hunting killer fish I've been searching for? I think this might actually be the ngwesh. From everything I've heard, it definitely fits the description. Streamlined fish, silvery colour, horizontal black stripes, and unmistakable, large, sharp, interlocking teeth. And, well, I actually recognise this as a tigerfish. This definitely looks like it's been doing a bit of hunting. That body, although elongated, is quite, it's very full. It's been feeding. And then those teeth, that is the tooth the witch doctor showed me. I think we've got a positive ID now on this fish for sure. So I've matched the teeth from the witch doctor, and identified the ngwesh. But is it really a fish that attacks in frenzied packs, like the piranha? I've caught a tigerfish before, the Goliath Tigerfish of the Congo.
There we go.
That fish has the size to be a killer.
What a freshwater monster this thing is.
But it works alone. The one I'm after hunts in packs and can potentially bring down several large targets at once. The type of tigerfish I just caught is a relative of the piranha, but it can grow to over 3 feet long, and its average weight is more than 10 times that of a red-bellied piranha. So imagine hordes of these tearing at your flesh. A voracious pack of teeth that, if my hunch is right, could easily have disposed of the ferry victims. But catching one tigerfish doesn't close this case. Then, seemingly out of nowhere, the catfish start arriving. An army of them, schooling together to herd thousands of baitfish out of the reeds into open water, where the catfish can feed on them. This is the rare freshwater spectacle I've been hearing about, what I've spent so long searching for. But I'm not here as a spectator.
There are hundreds, if not thousands of these. This is what the Barbel Run is all about. Oh. Catfish, lots of them.
But the catfish aren't what I'm after. I've been told that all this commotion will draw in the second wave of predators, the tigerfish. And before long, I'm witnessing a real feeding frenzy.
This is just incredible. The amount of activity is just incredible. This is a real phenomenon. Right, gosh. There are fish there, just holding their open mouths out of the water, presumably just treading water with their tails, and they're just waiting, and the bait fish are flying in the air, so presumably they're just waiting for the fish to land in their mouths. Absolutely incredible. I've just never seen anything like this before. To see such a sight in fresh water, it's really incredible.
I need to get a bait back in the water, into the middle of this carnage, to finally prove that tigerfish are here hunting in packs.
Fish on. There it is again. It looks like I'm finally in the eye of the storm. This is not carnage going on behind the reeds or in some sort of marsh where I can't see it. This is right at the river's edge, and the predator's just hammering into the bait fish. And my lure, when it goes in there as well, is getting the same treatment.
I'm hooking one tigerfish after another. This is the proof I'm after.
Well, this is the fish, and the evidence is right behind me. It's in my ears. I mean, just the sound of the feeding frenzy is going on as I hold this fish. So this is not just a solitary hunter. There is a pack of them down there, filling the air with the sound of just frenzied predatory activity. People think piranhas are scary. Piranhas are just a few inches, maybe a pound, 2 pounds. But fish this size operating in a pack, pretty monstrous thought. The fact is, if you get a bait in the right place, just these things, one after the other, will just pile into it. And I think without doubt, this is a very likely candidate for what put paid to those people in the ferry.
So we're not just talking a solitary animal down there, we are talking a pack, we're almost talking a superorganism. You know, the biomass of these in a small volume of water is quite frightening. I mean, piranhas in comparison look quite puny. We've got a pack of these things down here. I've heard first-hand accounts of their raw aggression. I've seen their brutal hardware. And by catching so many in quick succession, I've shown they most definitely hunt in packs. I'm left in no doubt that a frenzy of these mouths could easily have disposed of the ferry victims. So I think by any definition at all, this thing is a real river monster. I've tried a deep pool, but Jaconia thinks the turbulent margins on the edge of the white water hold bigger predators. This is where anything overpowered by the rapids is thrown out, dazed and confused, delivered right to the jaws of any waiting predator. There are no second chances for me with these waters either. I need to get my strategy right first time.
If I fall in the river, which I don't want to do, but it is a possibility, at least we got an eddy here, we got a slack. I can come into slack water and there's a beach over there. There's some possible places to land fish here. Might be a bit of a scramble, but it's doable. At least I've thought about it. The last thing you want is to have a fish on, you get it in close, and then what do I do? How do I land it? And you end up doing something potentially dangerous.
It makes me wonder what kind of fish survives conditions as tough as these. Is this the home of Jaconia's snake-like giant?
Fish on! It's a strong fish, this.
I'm not just fighting the fish, but the power of the rapids too.
Oh, I think it's off. Oh, no.
I've got to get it into calmer water, or I might lose it.
Tigerfish. I mean, toothy, strong fish, powerful predator. Fairly fragile out of the water. Want to get it back soon.
Interlocking dagger-like teeth make short work of prey, and a powerful muscular body propels it like lightning. An even more horrific cousin rules Africa's other monster river, the Congo. The Goliath Tigerfish is the big daddy of them all. This creature stands accused of slicing children virtually in half. The Zambezi's tigerfish has the razor-sharp weaponry of a killer. But does it fit Jaconia's description of an invisible executioner capable of killing his brother?
Grows quite big, but not as big as the animal I've been hearing about. And also, it's not really serpentine. But it just goes to show that you do get fish living in some really crazy water. It's a good sign. But I don't think I'm any nearer at the moment the fish that I'm after.
With no obviously fatal wounds, this hippo looks like a prime candidate for a lethal infection.
There's a lot of anthrax further up the river. So this could be a hippo that has died from anthrax. Not a very pleasant thought.
Anthrax spores can survive for up to a century in the soil, ready to infect passing animals. The bacteria release toxins that are powerful enough to take out elephant, hippo, or human. I'm beginning to wonder if the odds are completely stacked against me, but I can't let myself become distracted. I need to get some bait in if I want to get a vundu out. Once again, I'm operating in unfamiliar territory. And I'm not alone.
I'm in a nice fishing spot here. The only problem is this hippo, most of them, they disappear when the boat's around. This one seems to be quite curious. I've also heard a couple of elephants bellowing close by, so it's quite disconcerting to think that there are other things a lot bigger than me with prior claim to this place. a fish on.
Is this at last the Vundu?
Might just look at how the teeth are, how the hook is. Oh, good net, good, excellent. Fantastic. Oh.
It seems a fearsome lineup of predators stalks this part of the river too. Tigerfish as well as Vundu.
Ooh. These things, one minute the lion is just hanging limp and the next minute it's screaming out. Lovely fish. It's not the one it's not the fish I'm after though. What I want to do is hold it in the water and let it recover. But I've got to remember there's crocs in here. Got to think of my own safety as well. But I think it's about ready to go. I was thinking then, somewhat selfishly, that if a croc comes along, it's more likely to go for the fish than my arm, hopefully. But anyway, it's gone. I'm not sitting here for 5 or 10 minutes waiting for that fish to recover. It's a fish, it's good to see a fish, but the one I'm after is just more elusive even than that.
I know the tigerfish are here somewhere, but my presence seems to be spooking them, which isn't what I was expecting. Maybe I need to get deeper and try to approach them from below.
There's a widening of the river here, and this is a deep hole, and apparently at the upstream edge of the hole there is quite a sharp drop-off, and this is precisely the kind of place where fish will gather, small fish waiting for food particles to settle, but also the predators. It's the kind of place where a predator can lie up, not expending much energy, and just waiting to grab whatever comes by. So we're going to slide down to see who's at home.
I can see straight away that this is very different from the other places I've explored. The current here has hollowed out a deep bowl in the riverbed.
This is deeper than any of the spots that we've dived before, heading down a slope into the gloom. Slight feeling of trepidation. 22 feet. I'm hoping to see some life down here, but there's some life that I'd rather see than others. This is the remains of a wooden canoe down here on the bottom of the river. I wonder what story this has got to tell.
Then, silently ghosting into view, the very fish I've come to meet.
I've just seen a tigerfish. I've just seen a tigerfish. It's checking me out. That was a big tigerfish. Just went right in front of me.
And right above me is a sight that possibly no one has ever seen before.
Oh, that's fish above us. And those are definitely tigerfish. There's some big tigerfish there.
They've appeared from nowhere, and they're barely 20 feet away.
Very recognisable because of that deep forked tail. A shoal of tigerfish.
There must be at least 50 adults in this pack, all of a similar size. And those are just the ones I can see.
Wow, that is a lot of tigerfish.
They're in more numbers than I thought possible.
And they're still coming, they're still coming. And I've finally found the tigerfish. There are packs of them. This is really quite incredible.
I'm very aware that the tigerfish are between me and the boat, but so far they're keeping their distance. Maybe they're biding their time. If they really are super aggressive, then why are they holding back?
Perhaps what's missing is something to provoke that first crucial bite. The bite that unleashes the rest of the pack. It sounds crazy, but maybe I need to provide a trigger.
what I have in mind may just be the riskiest thing I'm ever likely to do. This is very much unknown territory we're going into, trying to encounter tigerfish underwater. Because time is short, what I'm doing, I'm effectively going to chum the water with some of the tigerfish's normal diet, small fish. So I've got a few handfuls of this, and I'm going to throw that into the water and see how they respond. And I'll be in the water with them. I've no idea how chumming the water will affect the tigerfish, but I'm hoping they're still here. If they do turn nasty, I'm ready to run for the boat. I'm starting to wonder what will attack me first.
Amazingly close to some tigerfish.
But almost as soon as I see them, they're gone.
I'm just looking at the water temperature. It's 66, which is actually not good news. According to Brand, the temperature when the croc starts to wake up a little bit is 64. So we're slightly on the edge of what we should be doing.
I'm pushing my luck, but I want to know if tigerfish are man-eaters. And I'm too close to pull out now.
Just opening the fish bag. I do wonder about the advisability of being down here with a bag of bloody chopped up fish.
Within minutes, the tigerfish are back. And this time they're coming in to check me out.
They're getting closer and closer all the time.
I brace myself for the jaws. And then... nothing. I'm in plain sight of perhaps 50 hungry tigerfish, yet they're refusing to touch me.
This is really quite incredible. They're so bold underwater, coming so close. It really shows that hunger overrides all other emotions.
In theory, I'm an easy meal, but the fish seem more curious than murderous. They've got the jaws and teeth to attack me, but plainly they don't see me as food. I'm simply not on their menu. So what about those rare stories where people have been attacked? The victims of the overturned boat and the migrant workers mauled in the river. So in other conditions, could tigerfish take down a person? The answer may lie in the river itself. My experiment tells me that as long as tigerfish can clearly see what they're dealing with, we're safe. But visibility is rarely so good. Imagine more cloudy water conditions when they can't make out an entire human shape, just disembodied hands or feet flashing through the water in front of them. Factor in the way they hunt in packs, their instinct to bite first and ask questions later, and their boldness to all pile in once the first fish has taken the first bite. In those conditions, I think it's true to say that I wouldn't feel so happy to be in the water with them.
Yeah.